Welcome back to my annual Oscar series where I talk about all the Oscar categories except for the short film ones. I rank all the nominees per category according to who I think deserves to win the Oscar, then I make a prediction for who I think will win that Oscar. And we are finally at the final category for this year's series, which doesn't really matter because I am so late on all of these. But anyway, we're going to be talking about Best Picture, and the nominees for this are Arrival, Sean Levy, Dan Levine, Aaron Ryder, and David Lin, producers. Fences, Scott Rudin, Denzel Washington, and Todd Black, producers. Hacksaw Ridge, Bill Mechanic and David Permut, producers. Hell or High Water, Carla Hacken and Julie Yarn, producers. Hidden Figures, Donna Gigliotti, Peter Chernin, Jenna Topping, Pharrell Williams, and Theodore Melfi, producers. La La Land, Fred Berger, Jordan Horowitz, and Mark Platt, producers. Lion, Emil Sherman, Ian Canning, and Angie Fielder, producers. Manchester by the Sea, Matt Damon, Kimberly Stewart, Chris Moore, Lauren Beck, and Kevin J. Walsh, producers. And Moonlight, Adele Romansky, Didi Gardner, and Jeremy Kleiner, producers. Now, half of this list I totally agree with, but as usual, I am very picky about the category of Best Picture because I really want all the nominees to be like the best of the best, and the other half of these nominees I don't think are anywhere near the best of the best. Again, I am so disappointed that there are no animated films here like Kubo and the Two Strings or The Red Turtle, which are both extremely worthy. There are no foreign films like Tony Erdmann and The Salesman. And you know what? It's about time documentaries got nominated for Best Picture because the Best Documentary Feature slate at this year's Oscars is one of the best ever. Fire at Sea, 13th, and especially OJ Made in America are all completely deserving. But if you want to talk just English language, live action films, narrative films, I'm really surprised they didn't nominate Jackie. I would have liked to see 20th Century Women or even The Lobster on here, or even like blockbuster type films like The Jungle Book. I think that would have been even more worthy than some of the entries here. Anyway, given with what we have in terms of who I think deserves to win the Oscar, at 9th place, and is going to be controversial right off the bat, I'm going to put Hacksaw Ridge. And here's the thing. I really do enjoy Hacksaw Ridge. It has brilliant action sequences that are undeniably entertaining and inspiring. It's the best Andrew Garfield has ever been, and even has a couple of very worthy sound nominations along with it. My issue with Hacksaw Ridge is that, especially after watching it twice, the first half of the movie does get tedious quite often, and in the second half of the movie, despite all the great action, there are silly moments that do bring it down significantly. Now at 8th place, I'm gonna give it to Lion. Lion, again, is a movie I really did enjoy. It has beautiful cinematography, it's also the best Dev Patel has ever been, and the emotional climax of the film is worth the entire journey. It really is effective. My issue is, despite Lion's good intentions, it's a bit too aimless in its wandering. Like, I'm not sure if that was the intention, but the plot just does not feel that tight to me, so that's why it's at number 8. At number 7, I'm gonna give it to Hidden Figures, and once again, it's a really inspiring movie, it's a very feel-good movie, and it succeeds just based on the strength of the source material alone. It's enough to make it a great movie, but thankfully it's also brought to life by 3 great performances from Taraji P. Henson, Janelle Monáe, and Octavia Spencer. My issue with Hidden Figures, though, is that I think it plays it too safe. I wanted more nuance with regards to its themes and its procedural stuff. I really think it could have gone deeper. Now at number 6, I'm gonna give it to Fences, and similar to Hidden Figures, the source material of Fences is strong enough to make this film great because it is just so well written. The performances from Denzel Washington and Viola Davis are undeniably amazing. And Denzel as a director, when he connects, when he does something good, he hits a home run. Like, there's some sequences in Fences that are truly great direction. The issue I have with Fences is that it is undeniably just too stagey for its own good. That really did take me out of the movie more than once. Now at 5th place, and this movie I really do think it deserved its Best Picture nomination, is Arrival. And I love Arrival. Like, forget the fact that it's at number 5. It's a great movie no matter what. It's a technically flawless film in terms of both visuals and sound, and Denis Villeneuve really captures and maintains this really difficult tone of being somewhere between horror and just the sense of wonder. And again, he manages to make this alien invasion story become this really personal story about humanity's need for connection with each other. At number 4, I'm gonna give it to Hell or High Water. This is such a freaking great movie, man. Like, I just feel like it's so underappreciated and not enough people like it. Really underrated direction from David Mackenzie that is, I can't really describe it well, but it just makes everything feel inevitable and at the end of its rope. Chris Pine and Jeff Bridges are great in the movie, but Ben Foster is sensational. He is the best part of this entire movie. And it has a brilliant screenplay by Taylor Sheridan about the end of an era and about how these people are trying to hold on to things that are slowly slipping away out of their control. Now, at number 3, and I know this also might come as a shock to those who have been following this entire series, but I'm going to put La La Land. And I know I've been putting La La Land at number 1 a lot, but it doesn't mean I don't think it's still a phenomenal film, because it is. It's still one of the best musical romances I've ever seen. I don't care what anybody says. It's music. It has music that is just as fresh now as it was when I watched it the first time, and the second time, and the third time. Never got old. Great performances from Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling, and it is just a technical masterpiece just in every aspect. But most importantly, La La Land really did just reignite hope in my own dreams. And I know that's cheesy, but it's rare for a film to affect me that deeply. Like, it has a really great message, a really great story, and again, I don't care what all the detractors have been saying, I still love La La Land as much as I did the first time I saw it. If you love La La Land, don't feel ashamed, love it with all your heart. But second place, I'm going to give it to, this is really hard to choose between these top 2, but I'm going to give number 2 to Manchester by the Sea. I think Manchester by the Sea is a masterpiece. I have no qualms saying that. I love that Kenneth Lonergan's understated direction really captures the nuances and the awkwardness of real life in a way that I don't think any other director has come close to doing. And it also features some of the best performances ever on screen, maybe from Casey Affleck, Michelle Williams, Lucas Hedges, and of course it features one of the best screenplays ever written, I believe, that is a really honest look at grief and just the minutiae that follows after a loved one passes away. And it is not afraid to go to dark places, but the way it goes to those dark places, it approaches them with humanity and pathos and humor. And it's not just about grief, it's also about choosing to keep on living despite grief. And finally, at number 1, the film that I would award Best Picture to at this year, the best film of 2016, is Moonlight. And I know that might be like the popular underdog choice, but I am drinking the Kool-Aid. Moonlight absolutely deserves it. It is one of the greatest movies ever made, in my opinion. Again, I'm not exaggerating when I say that. I mean that. Everything about it is, for me, instantly iconic. The music is fantastic, the visuals, the cinematography, and the acting is something I have not talked about yet during the series, but the acting is just miraculous because you have these 3 actors who look nothing like each other, and yet through their performances you completely believe that they are one and the same person, because they all deliver like these really subtle performances, and you can see that they all have the same look in their eyes. I don't know how they pulled it off, especially considering that the youngest one is just a kid. Like, I don't know how they did that, but it's incredible. And Barry Jenkins, of course, just unwavering direction that, you know, puts this film somewhere between being this avant-garde art film and a really mainstream drama. I think anybody can watch Moonlight and get something really important out of it. And just most importantly, Moonlight is a story about the courage to connect to people, even if, you know, the entire world has told you that you are not worth loving, you are not worth consideration. Just taking that step to just talk to someone else, like, is maybe one of the bravest things you can do, and I think that is so profound, and I love Moonlight. However, in terms of who I think will win the Oscar, I think it's going to La La Land still. I think it just has way too much hype behind it for it to lose now. And again, it's a story about LA and about classic musicals, which is something that the Academy loves, but I won't be angry if La La Land wins because I do love it so much. So yeah, like, whatever wins, even if it's Moonlight, Manchester by the Sea, La La Land, I think I'm gonna be satisfied. Alright, we're finally done with this series. What do you guys think of the nominees? Who do you think should win? Who do you think will win? And I will be posting a video recapping the Oscars, which should be happening in the matter of a few hours by the time I'm recording this. So yeah, look forward to that. Whatever you guys think, whether you agree with me or not, please leave me a comment. Let's have a conversation.